And with that, hi YouTube, and welcome back to Tenedeus for our first session 0 with Onyx. Onyx what? Sorry, I just forgot your character's last name.
Baldwin.
Onyx Baldwin. A, I will say, probably young-ish hobgoblin adventurer who got the quick end of fame thrust at him and is currently adventuring somewhere in the forests to attempt to live up to this name that they have been given. Just real quick on a physical description level, could you introduce your character?
Great question. I haven't thought of that yet.
Oh, no worries. It is still technically a session 0.
Uh, yeah. Uh, they. Uh,
If you
Honestly, I
don't,
haven't thought about that much.
no, you're
All I
good.
all I have is they look muscular, but it's like all show muscles.
Got it. Um, okay, so a pretty well built looking hobgoblin.
hmm
Gorgeous. That's good enough. Um, I will say at this point it's like mid afternoon. You have just come from the one of these sort of smaller villages hidden within these trees, and you come up to a small hut that you know all too well. The old hermit has lived here about as long as anybody else has. Even the oldest people in the village were like, yeah, he was old and gray when I was a kid. He has sort of tree-like antlers that kind of grow and spiral out. He's got a thick green cloak that looks covered and stitched together out of moss. He has the feet of a satyr, but like weirdly long fingers and a kind of old face and a very long walking stick. He is just sort of trudging about his land, making sure his garden is all good. You guys have spoken together a few times, but I won't say you know him terribly well. At this point, you're just passing on by. What would you like to do?
Kind of just look over, smile, and wave.
Uh, Hello there, Onyx. It's wonderful to see you.
Wonderful to see you as well.
Of course, getting up to anything towards, are you?
No, never.
Of course not, of course. We both know you to be a perfectly upstanding citizen. I've
Of course.
I have a favor to ask of you, actually, if that wouldn't be too much.
I'm always up for the challenge.
Of course, you will be rewarded handsomely. I would not dare wish to ask something of you without proper compensation. I there's a uh, um, well, not necessarily a friend of mine, more so a friend of mine has gotten themselves into a situation wherein which somebody else has found themselves on a bad end of something, and that has sort of snowballed into an adventure that doesn't much concern either of us. But there's somebody who needs a bit of saving if you're up for the challenge.
I am.
Of course. Over on the other side of the river, you should be able to uh, catch a ferry with Scarlet, who is in town. She's the High Artificer to the King. She could ferry you across. on her blimp, and at the end of this, she could drop you off at. I believe at one point it was a circus, but I think it burnt down quite recently. You should be able to find something there.
As long as I can take my trusty mule with me.
Of course, blimp is her blimp is about as oversized as her ego, but you didn't hear that from me. Of course, of course. Come back once you've completed this. I can further you in a better sense of things. And is there anything you need, young Onyx?
Not at the moment, no.
Of course. Here, and he sort of reaches into his cloak, but it looks a little more like he sticks his hand straight through his rib cage, and he pulls out a little mason jar that is absolutely stuffed to the brim with a strange seed-filled thick purple liquid. And he offers it to you and goes, "Here, it's a good berry jam. I made it myself. It'll tide you over for as long as you would need."
It's quite generous of you. Thank you.
Of course. Well, you watch the forest, you get a good eye for its inhabitants.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Onyx, and good day to you. Tell Scarlet I said hello.
I will. A good day to you.
Of course. And do you do anything else before heading out somewhere else?
Uh, I would just make sure I'm stocked up on food and water. And yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. You would know Scarlet is the High Artificer, but you would also know that she doesn't really like to be called Scarlet. She much prefers to be called Red or the Red Lady.
I see.
Scarlet is something only people who either do not know her at all or know her incredibly well can call her.
Mm.
So I will say it takes you little more than a few hours to get back. Oh, nope. Okay. Get all the way to the Kingdom of Mai, which is still being set up, actually. A very young king had settled here with the Red Lady in an attempt to build a life and a noble name for himself and his family. So as the kingdom is being set up, you arrive sort of early evening. It's maybe like 4:30 p.m. And you can see just a bustling town growing into a kingdom in front of you. The people here know you well, and you are waved, given pleasantries and smiles as far as it will carry you. What would you
Yeah.
like to do?
Uh, hmm. Aside from just the people who waved at him, he'll smile and wave back,
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. But it's gonna stop and find a spot to leave the cart,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and then head over to yeah, to where I need to go.
Yeah, that would just be like the main kingdom entrance, like the Great Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, you leave your cart with someone. You see a like old Goliath woman and her like wood elf husband. They just wave you over and are like, "Oh, don't worry. You can leave that here with us. We can we're we're taking up this space for the day for our farm goods, so we can keep this right here. Just come right back for it. Thank you so much again for your help setting up the farm. By the way, we could not have done it ourselves."
You gave me too much praise. I'm
Ah,
just doing what I can.
of course, of course. Well, always the modest one. Tell the king I said hello. We love to see him here.
I
And
will.
with that, you head into the great hall. The guards there nod to you and are just like, he's right ahead. He should be busy at the moment. He's just taking complaints.
Let's see.
And you walk in to see the king surrounded by his subjects, just going around hearing all of their issues and doing what he can in his position to solve them, which is not often a lot, but sometimes just enough. And after, I will actually give you the option. What do you think you would do? Do you like wait in a corner? Do you sort of join the crowd, or do you go right up and speak to the king?
Mm, I would say he kind of finds a quiet corner and just kind of
Mm-hmm.
waits.
Yeah, I will say it takes about like 2.5, maybe 3 hours of like just waiting and listening to people come in and out before the king notices you. He looks a little tired at this point. He's been doing this a while, and he goes up and goes, yes, yes, of course, Onyx. What can I help you with? Do you need anything?
Well, well, I don't need something. I am running an errand for the hermit.
Ah, the hermit. Yes. What does he have you doing now?
Uh, was it a message I need to deliver to the red lady?
No. You
Or what was
needed
it?
to get the red lady to carry you over the water to investigate the remains of a circus.
Yeah. Well, I need the red lady's help.
Oh,
I need,
do you
yes.
now?
Hmm.
It's uh, quite a serious issue if you need her help. I I'll get on that right away. And you see he sort of just like taps something on his shoulder plate, and what looks to you like a mysterious magical effect, but you, the human person listening to me, would know is quite literally just the button on a walkie-talkie. Gets pressed, a little red light starts beeping, and he goes, "Yes, yes, red lady, if you could come to the courtroom, that would be quite lovely." And through it, you just hear, "Yeah, yeah, on my way. Should be no more than a few minutes." And almost immediately, you see the air around you begin crackling and pouring a very light smoke before, like a doorway, a woman covered in ash with soot rot goggles over her eyes and a large deep red leather jacket just almost falls out of it and goes, "Nope, nope, not quite. Not quite, but we're working on it. We're working on it." Okay. Um yes, dear king, what may I assist you with? And he just sort of nods at you, and the red lady turns to face you. I will say this is maybe the second time you've ever seen her, as the king goes back to continue assisting his citizens.
Hello, it's a pleasure to meet again.
Oh, yeah, yeah, you're uh Opal?
Onyx.
Close enough. What can I do for
Yeah.
you?
I require your assistance. I need to. Well, I need the use of your airship to travel across the water to investigate a circus for the hermit.
God fucking damn it. I was so ready to say no, and God, of course it's the hermit. Of course he needs me. You know he could just ask me himself, right? But no, no. Send a.
He sends his regards.
I'm sure he does. I'm Fucking bastard. Alright, I'm sure he does send his regards, god damn it. I'm sure he does. Send him some of my regards too. Fine. Alright. Okay. You need to investigate a circus. Did he tell you why? Are you saving someone, killing someone, getting something, destroying something? Those are actually all the options. Um, what are you doing?
Saving someone.
Saving someone. You see, okay, the hermit needs you to save someone at a circus?
Yes.
It's my circus?
Uh,
If you
is
didn't
it?
say, it probably isn't. But, like,
Yeah, I don't think so.
okay, alright. It's just like, if it was my circus, I could teleport you there. And, you know, the mileage on the blimp isn't great, but, you know, for emergencies, I guess. Alright. Sorry. I don't mean to be so crass. If you would just come with me, we'll walk out. Do you have anything you need to take with you?
Um, my mule, preferably.
A whole mule?
Yes. Is
Like
that too
cart
much
as
of a bother?
well? Whole thing?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, yeah. This is gonna sound like a strange question. How how is your mule with heights?
You know, that's a great question there. Probably good
Cool.
enough.
Good enough. I'm beginning to like you. I'm beginning to like you.
Thank you.
Of course. Just yeah, follow me outside. I will deal with the hermit myself. Um, yeah. And the red lady leads you outside to the city center. Um, and you go collect your mule and cart, and you see she's just sort of standing like somewhere in the middle of town, sort of looking at a watch on her wrist, beeping with several lights. And floor is yours. What would you like to do?
Yeah. I'll get Irene. Thank the lady who was watching
Of course.
Irene, and uh, just go speak towards the red lady. For what it's worth, I am sorry for the inconvenience.
It's not your fault. I don't even mind. I just like I gave him a sending stone. Like he could just talk to me, you know?
Yes.
Old men and their magic.
Hmm.
You're looking at the red lady, and could I get a perception check from you, actually?
Yes. It's
You're
considering I have a +6. Yes, you
ooh,
can.
nice.
10.
10. Ouch. Oh, that hurts. That hurt me.
I got a 4.
you you notice that as she says old men and their magic, she doesn't look any age. She could be several hundred years old and an elf, or like 30 and a human. You're not entirely sure, but you do get a sort of like underlying gauntness or like paleness to her face as she's talking to you.
Hmm.
And she just hits the back of her watch as you see a massive shadow cover the town square as some people begin like running and moving as others just sort of look up with a bit of attitude of just like, oh yeah, she's at it again. As several platforms connected to large wire cables, maybe the size of like a single plank or a wooden log, just descend from a massive blimp that is completely clouding the sky.
Very impressive.
I try my best. Yeah, there should be. She taps something else, and a quite literal harness descends for your mule. And she goes, "That should be good, right? Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay."
yeah.
Another one descends behind it for your carriage. And she goes, "Awesome. Now, I'm not going up with you. Don't muck about my workshop. Most of it can kill you. I have one more thing I need to take care of. Just fasten your whatever, and then step on the platform and tug the cable twice, okay?
All right.
Should be simple."
Yes.
And she really quickly just dips back off um, once again into the castle at large. And just for the fastening, could you go ahead and give me I suppose a sleight of hand check would make the most sense.
Split a hand or animal handling?
And I could make a case for animal handling. I get that. Go for it.
Ability to calm, train, or get an animal to behave in a certain way.
Yeah,
All right. If so, dirty 20.
gorgeous. Yeah, you're able to soothe your mule in enough time to like fasten the leather harnesses underneath him, and then it's just a matter of like wrapping the rope and the cable around the back of the carriage so it'll stay secured.
At a girl.
And your mule like shakes their head, gives a strange noise as most mules do, and then you get back on your little platform, tug the tug the cable twice, and could I get a dexterity saving throw, please?
Sure. 25.
Ooh, nice. As the cable rockets upwards, immediately you sink to your feet and almost instinctively sit down on it like a chair with the cable running up between your legs as it lifts you, your mule, and your cart off of the ground faster than you have ever moved before.
Like at the last moment, I launch up and do like a backflip into like a superhero pose.
Go ahead and give me acrobatics for that.
I'm proficient.
I believe you.
18.
Gorgeous, yeah. As the platform clicks back into place and you are flung briefly into the air, you do a quick, unnecessary backflip. The Resident Evil protagonists would be proud. And you manage to land in between a series of desks, wherein which several Modron and automata are sat there in like half construction. A kettle with a mouth and legs chirps up and goes, "Great work!"
Thank you.
As several other speaking and chittering appliances just sort of parrot and echo around each other as you are in a dimly lit and dismal looking laboratory at the top of this blimp.
Yeah.
If you would like to snoop around, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Sure. 13?
Okay, go ahead and give me a luck check with disadvantage, please.
Okay. Uh, I got a 14.
14's pretty good. With that 14, you reach your hand over to something that looks like a glove with eyes on the knuckles. like a mechanical camera eye. And as you reach for it, it begins like opening and closing, and then it unfurls like a bear trap or a Venus fly trap and attempts to wrap itself around your hand. Go ahead, give me a con save, please.
Okay. 12.
12. That's enough. DC was 10.
Whew.
You yoink your hand back incredibly fast as it clasps inside out, and you can see several blades on the inside of it opening and closing like the feathers of a bird. And
Ooh.
you realize that this thing is a thrown weapon made to ensure a wizard cannot use somatic components.
Well, that's my share of exploring for now.
And as you sort of take a few steps back, you hear a voice behind you go, and everyone always snoops around. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. Just once I'd like people to listen. All
I'm
right.
sorry.
It's fine. It's look at this shit. Come on. You're fine. Hey, you're only human. Uh, all right. Where do you need to go again?
Uh, a circus?
So specific.
That was that the instructions I was given?
You
Pretty
were told across the water.
across the water.
Ah, fucking sure, man. All right. Um, buckle up and sorry about your mule. Um, as she says this, you look around and realize that the mule is sort of stuck on the underside of the blimp as it begins to move across the water. Um, while you guys are going across, you can see that the red lady is just kind of studying you. She
Mm-hmm.
looks off. Her skin seems to fade into the dimly lit laboratory atop this blimp. Her eyes, despite the fact that they are like a dark brown, almost orangey color, seem to catch the light and glow slightly. And given the right moment and the right opportunity, her fingers look unnaturally sharp and pointed. And she's just staring at you.
I roll perception.
Absolutely.
24.
24 is pretty good. What are you looking for?
Um, I'm kind of looking at her to see, is this the same person I was talking to before at the kingdom?
Yeah, she looks the exact same. You can see, even with all of her eccentricities and creepiness, that she's just sort of watching. She's being careful. She's making sure that wherever you rest your hands isn't gonna explode or try and eat you again.
All
And
right.
as soon as you guys stop moving and you feel the blimp begin to descend very slowly, she opens her mouth to talk again, and on that 24, I will see you notice a set of fangs far in the back of her throat. And she goes, yes, I think the circus should be around here somewhere. If not, good luck getting home. And, let the old man know if you see him again that I gave him a sending stone and I know he knows how to use it.
I will.
You better. All right. Um, and she puts her hand on your shoulder, and it feels incredibly cold to the touch. And she just goes, and with that, I release you. And the floor falls out from under you. Can you go ahead and give me another dex save?
I can. 17.
17. You do not take any damage, but you do fall backwards out and onto your mule. You seem to have like flipped in the air as the floor in the same sort of panel that dropped with the cable to bring you up initially just completely vanished from under you, and you were able to make it onto your mule safely, but not very gracefully, as the smell of smoke hits your nose.
Hmm. Can I see the source of the smoke?
You can see it over the foothills nearby, sort of going down this way, that the smoke is billowing up from somewhere covered by the trees.
I will head that way.
Gorgeous. You head down towards the smoke, finding the circus quite shortly, and almost immediately afterwards, seeing it in absolute ruin. There are piles of ash and blood stains. There are things that used to be people covering the floor. It seems that if there was something to be saved here, that you are far, far too late to save it, as even the smoke that you saw billowing from where you landed are merely the last embers of a home and a place of business still begrudgingly trying to stop itself from burning to the ground.
It's, it's awful.
Yes, yes it is. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna kind of look around the area, see if there's anything.
Yeah, where are you looking around first? There's the sort of large big top area where in which a great majority of the like fire and smoke is still burning. There's several like smaller attractions with, you know, the remnants of people as well as paths in and out which seem to still be in almost a bit of frequent use.
Uh, I'm gonna go to the big top first.
Gorgeous. You make your way towards the big top, and almost immediately it becomes so clear that this fire is of a magical nature. You can see glyphs and spells positioned everywhere. It becomes clear even as you're looking at the charred remains of the living buildings of the trailers that they traveled in, of the carriages and compartments that they held with them, even as this place came up in smoke, that this was an attack.
I'm going to ready my crossbow and my horn.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so yeah, continue on to the next closest area.
Yeah. You head towards the left entrance, and you see throngs of footprints. But they don't look like the running, scared stampede of people in active danger. It looks like the march of soldiers. The muddy footprints in the ground, almost uniform in how exactly placed and spaced apart from each other they are.
Oh, oh. Can I see if I can follow the tracks?
Um, yeah. Following them through, you see another overlaid. Sorry, you see another set of tracks underneath them rather quickly. A set of footprints, about, I'd say, two sets of footprints, maybe three. It's hard to tell. One of them seems to lift and fall in the air, and they look so small. But it kind of looks like a small group of people were running away in one direction, and the marching procession of what is quite clearly the people responsible for this genuine tragedy that befell this place followed after maybe a day later, based on the way the footprints look. What would you like to do?
Is there anywhere else left here I haven't been?
Um, there's several of the smaller areas that look like they were simply ransacked and destroyed. There might not be a whole lot there, but you're definitely more than welcome to give respects, make sure that things aren't completely destroyed.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Nice. You move around, and could I please get an investigation check from you?
Yes. 21.
Gorgeous. As you are looking around, you can see the same sort of arcane marks that started this fire on almost all of these smaller tents and carnival games and, you know, concession stands and a place to sell popcorn and stuffed dragons. And as you're looking over, you find a strange trinket, I guess would be what you'd call it. As you are looking down in one of the stalls, you move over a bit of ash that crumbles away and no longer resembles the shape of a person. As you find what looks almost like a bracelet or armband made of solid ivory bone.
Hmm. Would I recognize something like this?
I'd say you may have seen it. Go ahead and give me a history check.
Okay. 21 again.
Gorgeous. You would recognize this not as a symbol, but as a common practice of the followers of the damned.
That
A
doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't. They're not. They're not good. Putting two and two together quite quickly, you realize that an organization that willingly calls itself the Damned probably had a hand or two, or a marching procession of soldier-like precision leading to this place's demise. And the reason you know that is because they're very frequently known to commit arson and or in the state of places that they have deemed damned or indeserving of the damnation that will one day claim us all, to leave pieces of intricately carved bone.
Mhm.
And on that
What are
21,
places?
on the 21 investigation, I will say once you pick it up, you see carved into the front of it with sort of black charcoal, it just says, "For you, our favorite piece of good luck."
For me. Hmm. All right.
These words are written on the front, I should say.
I'm gonna put that in my chest,
Yep. I just marked
and
that
then
down as like bone armor.
bone armor.
Yeah, it's a single piece of bone armor. It is a wrist plate.
Or what was the inscription in it? For your
For you, capital F, comma, our favorite piece of good luck. Period.
and I'm gonna go back to the fleeing tracks and
Yeah,
try to follow them.
go ahead and give me a nature or survival check.
I will do survival.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Wonderful. Nat one.
Oh, delightful. You lose them almost immediately, but not before you are also lost in the woods.
Not again.
You look around, unable to catch your bearings, as day quickly turns to night and darkness falls over this forest. And you begin to hear a chittering noise. Not quite chittering, it sounds more just like.
That is not being picked up by the mic.
Damn. Never mind that. You don't
I
hear
heard like
shit. No. You hear a clicking noise similar to that of a squirrel. However, as a squirrel might chitter, this more so snaps.
oh my god, it's The Last of Us.
Kind of, yes. No, that's not far off from what I'm going for. If I had a better microphone, you would have gotten that.
I am going to light my lantern
Mm-hmm.
and kind of shine it around the area.
Yeah. As you shine it around the area, you see several upside down faces hanging from the bodies of stags.
Mm. I
They,
do not like you.
they surround you completely, making rhythmic, timed clicks that begin sounding like far off music. And could you please make a wisdom saving throw?
Is it
And
against being charmed?
yes, it's against being charmed. I was just
Then I get
about to say
advantage.
that. I knew it. I knew you had some counter charm bullshit in there.
No, that's Hobgoblin, baby. I'm Faye.
Oh yeah. Oh. Um. Yeah. Also lower the DC.
Okay, cool. You don't need to because I got a nat 20.
Ooh, let's go. You know exactly who these people are. These are royal Fey guards.
I guess. Oh, no.
These are the personal guards of the king. And as they sort of realize it's you, they push out of the foliage, um, shaking away the more animalistic visage that they take, instead taking on a hunched appearance with very wide human shoulders and long man-like arms, with thick fingers that almost look like that of a frog's, with cloven hooved feet that stretch down and grow big, with very large deer like heads with upside down people faces on them.
Wonderful.
And they look at you, realizing that you are like them, Fae, and begin speaking in Sylvan to you. Do you speak Sylvan?
Yes.
Gorgeous. They say, "Child of the Fae, what what do you do here in the woods at night? Where do you come from? We do not know your shape."
I come from across the waters.
"In the land of the old man.
Yes.
He is a good friend of our king. We search for a soldier here. Do you know where we may find them?"
No, but I see where they have been.
"Yes, the circus.
Hmm.
Do you Are you
At least,
safe here? Do you need word with your king?"
um, uh, for now, I should be safe enough. But I was
Of
sent by the
course.
old man to investigate.
He meddles too much in our affairs. Tell him as such when you see him again.
All right.
And if ever you need your king, know that he exists in all magic, and that you may call to his grace if ever you dream of him.
I'll keep that in mind.
Of course. Godspeed, fellow soldier.
Godspeed.
Godspeed. And they back away into the forest, and you see, just as they hide in the shadows of the trees, that they shake, dropping their front legs, dropping their arms to the floor, and reappearing in the shape of a friendly deer.
I'm gonna let out a soft sigh of relief.
Oh, if you didn't think the Fae was gonna be creepy as shit, um, I told you I liked horror, right? I,
I know.
I gave you the warning of like, prepare for
I,
some
you talked.
weird.
You talked to me about your light-hearted adventure book.
Yes, it's okay. Okay, we will. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay.
That's fun for the whole family.
Look, running away from monsters is fun for the whole family. God damn it. Um. And with that, can you go ahead and give me another survival check?
Yes. 15.
Okay, 15 is much better.
Yeah, indeed it is.
As you continue moving around, you begin to see that some of the tracks that are still here are, despite no longer being hidden underneath the thundering march of the damned, that some of them will start appearing white, as if chalk or salt had been placed underneath, or in this case, I suppose, over top of the footprints. Just one set of feet, though.
Can I follow that one set of feet?
Of course. But you follow it closely as it winds in unnatural ways, avoiding spider webs and swaths of gnats. As you go deeper and deeper towards the water and approaching its edge, you see that the footprints stop, but they do not go towards the water, as something in the distance catches your eye. A glowing rock or gem of a brilliant gray,
Oh,
hidden sort of inside or near either like a bush or broken down a boat or something like that. It just looks like there is wreckage and something or someone is hiding within it.
I see. Uh, can I use perception to try to see if I can see what is hiding within it?
Yeah, go ahead and do so with disadvantage.
Wonderful. Two net ones.
Oh my god. That's like
Uh,
impossibly bad.
Yes, and it's a
You.
fact. 1 in 40.
It is. It is. Well, no. Oh
Yeah.
wait. Yes. Yes, it is. Sorry. Sorry. That is how that works. If you had rolled three dice, it wouldn't have been 1 in 60. It would be 1 in 80. Um,
Mhm.
just because of how math works. Hooray! And I will say on that double nat one, you not only lose track of what you're searching for, but you lose track of the glowing as well.
You dumbass motherfucker. Uh, no. Where to go? Where to go? I'm just gonna like desperately search the area where I last saw it.
Yeah. Um, you begin searching and looking for it, and as you do, you hear something rush out behind you. You get the sense that you are under immediate attack and danger, and as you turn to see something or someone that you haven't gotten the chance to get a good look at, who seems quite small, maybe a fairy or some sort of bug creature, similarly of Fey origin, you can sort of feel that off of them as they hold a weapon up towards you. That is where we will end things for today.
Oh, wonderful.
And we will pick back up in the first session.
Hmm, I see.
Of course. And with that, for the first time in far too long, bye YouTube!